guys, BBI here. I want to stop and say thanks for tuning in and checking out whatever the video is about that's about ready to come up next. If you could take a minute and hit subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoy what you've seen here, make sure to hit the like button. We'd greatly appreciate your support. Anyhow, guys, all that aside, let's get on with the show. We're going to start right here on this one. Hello, old friend. This is going to be like a blast from the past for you guys. Okay. Okay. Big bastard. Please, no packing peanuts. Please, no packing peanuts. Pray unto the non-packing peanut god. Hook us up, non-packing peanut god. God, I hate packing peanuts. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Okay. Love that knife. In here is something so special. Special to me, anyhow. This is good ass packing foam, buddy. I'll tell you right now that this amp is up for sale. What's in this box? Prime Minister saying good morning time to me here. Oh. This on top of this new 3000 I'm getting ready to build. Well, that's that. Too much shit over here. All right. This box represents a lot of time ago. And the guy sent me this because I built it. And he's in a position where he needs it to not be in his ownership no more. And he initially wanted me to buy it. I said, man, what am I going to do with it? I've already got my own. Okay. Oh. I want a different knife. Damn, still got all the warranty stickers on it too. Some bitch takes good care of his stuff. I can remember where I was sitting and what I was doing when the creative juices on the building of this amp came into my mind. It's never been used. This thing has never ever been used. It was built and literally set on a shelf. This is a famous amplifier. Straight up famous amplifier. Gentlemen, ladies, Frankenstein spine. One of the original first 32 pills I ever built. This is a bad mofo. It's still got the warranty stickers intact. Now technically I could stop right here and just put this thing up for sale the way it sits. And say, if you're interested, go watch the video of it being built. There's a beautiful, like 2-hour long video. Amp number 1800. Beautiful, beautiful video of this thing being made. But that wouldn't be any fun for you guys. Well, since I'm the keeper of the warranty stickers, let's crack it open. Frankenstein spine. I remember when I built this, and I remember how much work it was to be able to get this bar drilled out and be able to solder the copper bar with the leads and not melt the jacket on the ground lugs. This box was never used. It was never plugged in, never turned on from the day that I built it. It's literally set on the shelf as, I guess, like a man trophy. Man, I just remember all the hours I spent building this box. This thing was a beast, and it ran really, really, really good. This is pre-me having my own transformers. So he sent me this ragged 16 pill. It was in a 32 pill enclosure, and it was just beat to dog poop. And I scavenged this first 8 and this first 8 out of that other amp, and then completely rebuilt everything around it. All new wire, all new all new wires, all new caps, all new resistors. And then I matched that with another set of 16 transistors. These are all IJs. They're a matched lot. This half is all IJs. This is all 5Cs. This front 8. I remember building this copper bar, and it's before I had a bandsaw and before I had a belt sander. And I cut this by hand, and then I had to hand file this, and I drilled this by hand. I had to hand file all of this stuff to marry together, and getting this bar inside this cabinet and keeping everything straight, oh, man, it was a lot of work. Super duper overkilled it on the power distribution. I mean, this is like got a full third more wires than what you actually technically need. It's got a dual line section mounted up. I remember I was the one that came out and was like, man, I don't know why everybody just solders. At the time, people were putting pieces of copper in the inside of the PL259 reducer and soldering to that, and crazy ass shit was going on. And I was like, man, I'm going to use a PL259 connector itself and then use a piece of 217. If I was to do this again today, I would probably use RG393. But, let me show you. I meant to actually have this video done yesterday, but I'm super busy with things in life. Okay, so Frankenstein spine. I've been kind of updating it here a little bit, and what I mean by that is I put labels on shit, like this is obviously in, this is obviously out. I had it set up so that the foot pedal that you would use to key this thing was hot. So I changed that around. So pin 1 is hot, pin 2 is on for the remote, and pin 3 is key up. So you're going to take and short ground together. So you're going to give ground at the foot pedal, and then pink. And I made it real clear right here. All on labels. Other than that, this thing has basically stayed pretty much the same. Just been kind of sitting here playing with it, double, triple checking stuff. And boy, this thing really, really, really runs. This is so much work. I remember when I built this, I thought, man, I'll never top this. And then I came right along, and then I did Mr. Jefferson's 32 pill, which was in a jumbo size cabinet. This is like a 24 pill enclosure with a 32 pill board in it. So it's the smaller of the systems. Oh, forgot I pulled the tape. I had clear tape on this. Let me put some Kapton on this. Hold on a second. Okay. Like I said, I'll modernize it. All right, well, the upsides to this is this switch up here in the front, it kicks this relay, and this relay is what does everything. The fan, it does this output relay. Now we got a big scooching capacitor, variable capacitor, and then we got doorknobs in here as our output tune. This box just shits and gets with it. So let's run around the lap here. We're going to start out with a 1000 watt slug in PEP in 5x position. So we're going to be reading at center scale, adding 2 zeros to it. 5000 watt slug in average. Okay. Once again, middle scale, add 2 zeros. 5 watt slug in reverse back from the dummy load. I murdered my dummy load here a couple months ago, and I just recently purchased a new one, a brand new Bird 10,000 watter. It's on its way. So 5 watt slug in reverse to the 2500 watt dummy load, and we're going to murder the thing. Now for our input tune, we've got a 50 watt slug between the 32 pill and the bench 4 pill and a bench 2x4 or 2 pill. So this is technically a 2x4, 2 pushing 4 going into this thing. We're on about 15.5 volts, so we all know from watching all the other videos when I key it's going to fall down to about 14.5. So let's start off here on the basement. We're going to use a 955, and normally I'd say we're going to use this 5 watt slug, but these measurements are irrelevant as soon as I bring this 2 pill in the line. Now we are going to do an absolute max bird test with this. We are going to bring the derail radio into play at the very end of this thing. But before we get that far, I want to make sure I get the cabinet on this thing so we can have some air, because this thing is going to drink some juice. Here's our Fluke 1000 amp 33.7 clamp over amp ring. So amp is off, drivers are off. So this is what 20 watts looks like on a 5000 watt peak slug. Okay, so we're going to put that much into it, just barefoot. So 20 watts of drive gets us about 500 watts. Let's go ahead, we'll shut off the 32 pill, and we're going to turn on the straight 4. No 2 pill driver. Here's our pass-through tune through the amplifier. Almost non-existent. Our peak power going through it should be about 600-700 watts. Okay, now guys, remember that's a 5K slug. Itch my ear. Okay. 5K slug. So 1000 watt slug and 5X. That's with 600 watts of drive. About 1900 bird. And about 5500 peak. So now we're going to put this slug into play. It's a 10,000 watt slug. Pull the 1000 watter out. We're going to put this in 1x position. About 5500 watts. Here's our input tune. Most impressive. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to bring the 2 pill into play. We're going to shut the 32 off. Now on a 10,000 watt scale, This first hash mark here is 1,000 watts. 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, 10,000. Bottom scale, and now we're adding 2 zeros. So we're putting about 1,000 watts worth of drive. And really that's about all you want to do. There's guys out there that hit this with an 8, and I say no. Maybe in a shootout, but not for everyday talking. And this is not a shootout box. This is an everyday cruiser. Okay, so with 1,000 watts going in, let's see what we get for output power now. About 6,100. About 2,500 watts average. Let's look at our amps or amp meter here. That's interesting. Guess it helps if I got it on DC amps and not AC amps, huh? And the clamps all the way together. Let's see what we get now. There we go. 500-ish amps. Our input tune. 3 whole watts of input reflag. Last time I checked, that's pretty scooching good. Now we've run this box without any air on it, and we're running it pretty close to what I would consider to be full output. About 6,500 peak watts, somewhere there. We can get a little bit more out of it if we run the voltage up a little bit further, but there's no point. Alright, let's go ahead. We're going to hook the derail radio up, and let's see what happens. But before then, I'm going to put the lid on it so we can cool everything in here and get some heat moving across all these parts. These $3,500 worth of transist hairs inside this thing. I was so excited when I built this box and made it run. Swear to God, I could feel the tickling in the cockles of my joints and the bottom parts into my crotch. It was like the first time I realized my body could totally produce semen or something. This thing runs good. I remember I used to buy these Evercool blue fans. They're like a half amp, but they're really more like about a quarter amp. They turn real slow and they're super quiet. Now, right now, let me turn the amp off. Between the fan for this, the fan pack on the dummy load that's down there running, listen. The fan pack on the dummy load and the blower inside the derail radio. This thing is whisper quiet. I mean, whisper, whisper, whisper quiet. But there's a trade-off, not the significant volume of air that we would get if we would put, you know, the fans on the outside that are an amp and a half and they move like 150 CFM of air in here a piece. Okay. But in the same breath, this works. Pretty old blue fans. I miss the old logo a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And the old vinyl cut. I used to have a lady that was cutting these out for me, but it just got so hard I could never get. I don't even have an on-off label on the front. We'll have one before it leaves here, I guarantee that. Okay, so the amp is unkeyed at the moment. 2, driving 4 with the derail radio. Here's our drive. About 1,000 watts, okay? Put down the microphone. This hurts your brain when you see this thing run. So first our peak numbers. About 6,100, 6,000 watts. Here's our average numbers. A 4100 max. Fans are pulling about 1.5 amps, plus the relays to drive everything. Friggin' screaming. 617 amps worth of draw. And that's from a kilowatt carrier. Dummy load's not happy. Well, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna miss seeing this one go. I wish this is one that I could keep for myself. I'm just not in a position to buy it. And it would just sit on the shelf with everything else I've got, which is redonkulous if I think of all the different amplifiers I have. So like I said, this guy sent this up here for me to offer it up to sale to the general public. There's $3,500 worth of transistors in this box, 32 Toshibas. Okay? So we've got to start at about, I'd say 5,500 is where we have to start on this. Now, look, I'm open to offers. And I'm willing to work with you. So if you call me up with a reasonable offer, you'll get it. It's that simple. Now, don't be calling me up saying, man, I'll give you $100 for it. Don't, please, guys, don't. It's funny, haha, we got the joke. But I'm serious. The guy that owns this box needs to get rid of it so he can help take care of some things. I think it has something to do with his kid's college fund or something. So, on that note, call the number. Give me a ring if you're interested in getting it. We'll probably end up maybe wrapping the shipping into the total sales price. But $5,500 is what we're asking. So call me with any kind of reasonable offer. Guys, I got to go. I got to get this off the bench. I got a bunch of other stuff I got to work on today. And I think I'm going to put out a fun little video. I had some interesting things happen last night in my world that involved car audio, and I'm going to show you guys a couple things. Just a cute little fun video. That'll probably be up next. And let's see, then I think I got a 2x6 that's going up for sale after this, after I get done going through it. So that's what's coming up in the future. Then I got to go work on a 24 pill project, a 16 pill project, and a couple others I have sitting on the table right now. That note, gentlemen, I got to run. $5,500. Give me a call right here, or shoot me a text. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I got to go. Bump bump from the biggest mud duck in Idaho. I'll see ya.